Hello, Serendipitous here. Just wanted to show something a little bit different. As the title suggests, I made a fan comic, Brawlhalla fan comic. This is part of a larger personal art journey that I might make a video about, like in a few weeks or something like that. But I was just kind of inspired to try to make my own like little graphic novel for the first time ever. This is my first attempt. I have a couple other rough drafts as I was trying to plan this out. And essentially, so I call it Modern Monomi. This is based on the video that the Battle Pass 12 reveal video that I and Freezy and Sate worked together on to reveal the Val skin from Brawlhalla Battle Pass 12. And based on that video and the ideas that I and Freezy and Sate had, I wanted to make a graphic novel kind of out of it, and kind of put my knowledge and the observation I've made about how to use this medium to draw the eye around and page turns and all these all these other little tricks I've seen, kind of try them out essentially. I'll just kind of read this and also kind of walk you through why I kind of designed this the way I did. So, watchful Monomi, keeping peace in silent streets, watching all alone. Time always changes. Sengoku years are long gone, but strife never stops. Suddenly, a noise, smashing glass, knocked over cans, small bullet flies by. Val turns, approaches, sword drawn, prepared to strike true. Step, step, step. Look, lean, look. Staring in the dark, the void responds with a croak. Small bullet flies by. Suddenly, pink rope, stretching just past her right ear. Bullet caught, eaten. Once more, the void croaks and takes a small leap forward, revealing the truth. The croaking, a frog. Pink rope of tongue lashes out. The bullet, a fly. Sword sheathed, deep sigh heaved. Shoulders sag in sweet relief. The frog eats and croaks. Watchful Monomi. Kero keeping peace. Watching, not alone. So as you can see, I basically just took some normal like lined notebook paper, and this is just like in the Battle Pass reveal video. I basically wrote several haiku to kind of tell this little story of modern Monomi Val meeting the Kero sidekick. I wanted to use a bunch of different dynamic angles and using the panels in interesting ways to kind of lead the eye. That's what I did with these text boxes. I kind of had the leading the eye kind of down like this. Then on here, I wanted to do at least one full spread display essentially. You can see a bunch of references to other things from Battle Pass 12, the podium, the Sengoku Petra. We got the Priya here, a demon, and of course the Val kind of like reminiscing. And I was kind of thinking about, maybe Val was reminiscing about time gone past. And I made this clock with the swords to kind of show, they kind of talk, like strife, time always changes, but strife never stops. So, there's always swords with time. And I also deliberately made the images and the text boxes go in a clockwise order. So you're kind of following the clock around like this, right? I'm pretty proud of that. And then of course I wanted to try to introduce a bit more dynamic lines with the paneling here. So more things are happening quickly. So a noise, smashing glass, like you're reading top to bottom, but a small bullet flies by, zoop, kind of like that. So you're hopefully drawing the eye kind of more this way with the more diagonal line. Same thing here. This diagonal line is meant to sort of follow the direction that Val is going, as well as the sword, and also I also tried to use these panel breaks to slow down the reader as well. So here, just kind of your eyes being drawn down very quickly. There's not a lot to look at, a lot happening, and then approaching slowly, step, 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 lean, look. Again, close up to Val's eye there. Trying to sort of like help inform the reader of what the pace is like. Then kind of going in here, staring in the dark, kind of a close up of what the overall picture is, right? And then kind of like a half page, like a half page spread, half spread image, and then small bullet flies by. This time I had to go this way, so to kind of lead you back up to here, where again action is happening. The frog's tongue snatches it, so your eyes kind of led up to this point, I would hope. And kind of focusing on the mysterious like eyes that you see in here, kind of trying to make Kero seem a little more spooky and formidable, and focusing on darkness and everything. That's and again, this is, well, I'll explain a bit more about my shading in a little bit, but yeah, just kind of like sitting in the darkness, kind of wondering for a little bit, wondering what this monster could be. And then, of course, it is revealed. We have Val's shadow over Kero. I thought Freezy did a very good job drawing this. So there are several other panels that are inspired by the way Freezy drew something. This panel right here, as well as this panel. I tried to sort of, I used the video for reference a bunch. Here, kind of slowing down the reader again to kind of show Val in the process of sheathing her sword, breathing out, and then kind of staring at the frog. And of course, as you may have noticed, the final page is basically in many ways a mirror of the first page as well, because that's how the poem was written. That's how the text was written. So I wanted the visuals to match the nature of the text. But of course, the big difference is that Val is not alone. She has a little cute little pet frog now. She's happy. She's like winking and looking at it and petting it and all that kind of stuff, right? And yeah, as you can tell, I used a lot. Basically was using a pen. Modern Monomi Val, the skin is very black and white, with a little bit of the sort of tan color of Val's skin. But of course that meant that sometimes it was hard to find ways to differentiate different parts of her. Her outfit. So I tried to darken the lines a little bit sometimes, and just trying to use the sort of like the hatching and the shading to add a bit of like darkness and griminess to everything, as well as hopefully trying to use the shading to kind of explain, kind of inform the shape of the object. Sometimes I did it better than others, I think. I'm not a huge fan of how this turned out, but sometimes I was just sort of like rushing, essentially. I gotta say, this is probably the best that I've ever drawn, like a person or hands or things like that, right? And also, any individual image could probably have been better, but I was more trying to make this whole thing a cohesive story, and I'm honestly extremely proud of the fact that I was able to make this little graphic novel. So I made a graphic novel. I made a fan graphic novel, and I'm very proud of it. Just 10 pages, but yeah. What do you guys think? I've always kind of I've been getting more into the medium of graphic novels and manga recently, especially with the Brawlhalla graphic novel and reading Spy Family with Cobweb, yeah. So. I'm just overall very proud of this, and I hope, and and also, if nothing else, this is a good sort of benchmark to show, like, having spent like probably about like over the course of 5 days, just kind of like an hour here, an hour there, planning this out, drawing this out, and everything. I feel like this is a good benchmark of where my visual traditional art storytelling is at this point. Like I said, as I continue to try like practice drawing and stuff, traditional drawing, I may make a video later about all the sketches I've been making, but this was a little project that I wanted to do, and I feel very successful in having done. So even if this isn't all that great, all things considered, this is, like many other things, a stepping stone. And I hope that I'd never really been considered an artist in the Brawlhalla community. I definitely don't see myself coming anywhere near the, amazing artists like Navia, Faquali, Freezy, and Zeus Dost, and many, 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 many others. But I have wanted to be better, and I think this is evidence of that effort. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what cool things you're making. Let me know what your thoughts and feedback are about the way I made this. Happy to take any kind of constructive criticism, things to keep in mind for next time. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, all the best.